This is News 25 with Deanna O'Donnell. News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by J.K. Nelson Law. Call 727-9900 today for your free consultation. If you need a lawyer, you need Nelson.
Welcome. It's Thursday, October 21st. I'm Deanna O'Donnell. Thanks for tuning in to News 25. Nevada Highway Patrol says a Las Vegas motorcycle rider was the victim of a deadly crash last week on Blue Diamond Road.
The crash happened last Tuesday, October 12th, around 8:40 p.m. at the intersection of Blue Diamond Road and Torrey Pines Drive. NHP investigators have determined that a tractor-trailer was traveling westbound on Blue Diamond Road when it made a left turn onto Torrey Pines Drive. As the truck was clearing the intersection, a motorcycle traveling eastbound on Blue Diamond Road at what authorities describe as a high rate of speed struck the right rear of the tractor-trailer. The motorcycle rider, identified as 32-year-old Arman Amjad of Las Vegas, was ejected on impact. He and the motorcycle traveled underneath the trailer. Amjad came to rest in the middle of the intersection and died at the scene. The motorcycle traveled into the westbound travel lanes where it struck a curb and burst into flames. The truck driver was not hurt. This is the Nevada Highway Patrol Southern Command's 65th fatal crash this year, resulting in 73 fatalities.
Well, a driver struck the outside of a Pahrump pharmacy this morning. Thankfully, it appears no one was hurt. Pahrump Valley Fire and Rescue, along with Nye County Sheriff's Office deputies, were dispatched this morning to CVS Pharmacy on Highway 160 near Basin Avenue for a vehicle versus structure accident. The occupant inside the vehicle claimed no injury at the time of the crash. Lewis says although the vehicle sustained major damage and there was damage to the pillar outside the facility, that the integrity of the structure was not compromised. CVS Pharmacy is still open for business. Well, earlier this week, I had an opportunity to sit down and talk with Judge Kent Jasperson. Judge Jasperson wanted a chance to respond to an interview that we aired here on KPVM TV with District Attorney Chris Arabia. In the aforementioned interview, the DA made a comment stating it was unusual. It did concern me in regards to Judge Jasperson's decision to end a preliminary hearing after only hearing a portion of evidence that was presented during court proceedings, and then send the case on to district court. Here's what the Honorable Judge Jasperson had to say.
What I saw was a statement that he made that said it was highly unusual for the Justice Court to do that. And that's not true, because that has been an issue that has been going on and has been addressed in several issues clear up to the Nevada Supreme Court. I have with me a copy of a Supreme Court ruling, Charles Markham versus Sheriff of Clark County. And in that Supreme Court ruling, it says the preliminary examination is not a substitute for a trial. The function of the justice of the peace at a preliminary hearing, guilt or innocence does not even play into that. We don't even get to consider guilt or innocence. We just have to consider those two items, that one, a public offense was committed, and two, the persons accused were believed to have committed it by slight or marginal evidence. And that's all we need to bind it over to district court for trial. From that point forward, everything, all of the finer details and all of the bells and whistles, if you would have it, that's where that stuff comes out, is in the jury trial in front of a jury, not in the justice court. I don't know what their reasoning was for saying that, but as I indicated, once they've met the burden of proof of slight or marginal evidence and met those two things, that a public offense had been committed and that person committed it, that's all a magistrate, or that's all that I would need, is sitting in that role to bind that over. I don't necessarily need to sit there and listen to every piece of evidence and testimony that they want to present. That's the place for a jury trial. As I indicated, in the justice court, in a prelim, we don't even get to determine guilt or innocence. We just need to know there's enough evidence for it to go to trial.
And that case that he's referring to is a murder case for the victim, Roy Jaggers, and that is the defendants that are all on trial right now, Pate, Maine, and Dent. When we return, we'll have your PDOP report and what's happening this weekend.
News 25, local news you can count on. News is brought to you by Gunny's Air Conditioning and Heating. New service and repair. Call Gunny's 775-727-6800.
Welcome back. If you're looking for some spooky yet family-friendly fun this weekend, you're in luck. Pahrump Disability Outreach Program, better known as PDOP, is setting up for its annual Pumpkin Days event. We caught up with PDOP's David Berukowitz at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park.
Here we are, Pumpkin Days 2021, thank goodness. We missed last year, and so we're setting up. As you can see, we're just about set up down here, and we're all excited for tomorrow afternoon. There's definitely a pumpkin shortage. That has been an increase of cost to us and has been a little bit more difficulty, but our farmer that provides us was able to get us a supply, and so we'll have that delivered here in the next 24 hours, and we'll have a good supply of pumpkins. I mean, that's what started this whole thing. We decided that we wanted that farm feel event, and so that's where we created Pumpkin Days, and the Pahrump Disability Outreach Program, or PDOP as it's known, benefits special needs children here in the community, and this is our big fundraiser. Obviously, we missed last year, and we were able to survive, thank goodness, to some of the grants that were out there for COVID, and here we are, bigger and better. We've added a couple of structures. We have the mechanical bowl this year, which is new, and so we're just excited. It's going to be a great year. We started the slides in 2019. They're donated by 3D Construction, and so they attach to the pyramid, and you have the opportunity to slide down the huge slide, so they're exciting. Our train will be down here, of course, and then the hay ride. We have the petting zoo. We obviously have the haunted house. We've got all the games that we always have. The maze is even better than usual, and we're ready to go. We're excited down here.
When do we start?
So tomorrow, Friday, the 3 p.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Sunday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
And how much is it? And is there some deals?
It's $5 to get in. We've kept our price the same, which has been very difficult because everything has gone up because of COVID. So we determined we would keep the admission price the same, though. So it's still $5 or $10 for the whole weekend. Once you get in, everything's included, which is pretty hard to beat. So the only thing that costs additional is pumpkins and food, but all of the activities are included in your $5 admission.
Is there a costume contest?
There's a costume contest Saturday at 4 p.m., and that'll be here at the park. We're also having the spaghetti eating contest on Friday at 5 p.m. here at the park. It's sponsored by Carmelo's. There's a $10 admission to enter that contest, and then the prize is $200 for whoever finishes the most pasta. And then we have the Monster Dash, obviously, Saturday morning, which is exciting addition, as always, to Pumpkin Days.
How do people find out more about that?
They can go to our website, www.pdop.info, or they can call us at 702-516-0847. We're here to advocate for children in the community. That's what we do. That's what this money goes for. And so anybody that needs anything can call or email anytime.
Come on down.
I just love PDOP Pumpkin Days. Well, Berukowitz says that they've also renovated the haunted house, creating new rooms and new frights, which includes some new animated features. Again, PDOP Pumpkin Days kicks off Friday afternoon at 3 at Ian Deutsch Memorial Park here in Pahrump. October is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and a drink special at Artesian Cellars aims to find a cure through a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Jolie Bolton and Jennifer Chumbley provide the details.
For the month of October, we are coming up with this new flavor. It's a strawberry frosé, beautiful pink. Come on down. Anybody who has had our slushies are going to be very excited about this. $1 for every one of these slushies we sell for the month of October will be donated to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. And $5 for every one of these super awesome Fight Like a Girl, Drink Like a Lady t-shirts will also be donated.
Also, we have partnered with Desert View Hospital, who was kind and generous enough to donate 15 mammograms for any lady in the community who falls through the cracks where they don't have insurance. It's a lot of cash to pay out, but Artesian Cellars and Desert View Hospital is happy to help anyone. You just call 775-671-6720. Ask for Jen, and I'm happy to help you out.
We'll also have pink ribbons. You want to dedicate one to a loved one or a family member, wife, and then we're going to tie them all over the vines here. So when you see those beautiful pink vines or driving down the road, that's what that's all about. Also, we don't want to forget about the men in our community. Over 2,600 men are diagnosed with breast cancer every year. So mammograms for them as well.
Thanks so much, Joelle and Jennifer. Well, if you'd like to enjoy your own strawberry frosé, you can get it through the end of the month at Artesian Cellars, located at 1731 South Highway 160 here in Pahrump. For our viewers that have ever attempted to seek assistance for a loved one dealing with substance abuse issues, you may know that it is a difficult task, to say the least. There is a new service to assist those who may be seeking treatment.
Earlier this month at a Board of County Commissioners meeting, there was a presentation given by Mitch Burney of USA Rehab Centers. In this presentation, he outlined the services provided online by the organization he represents, and this website could provide families a much-needed streamlined resource to finding health care, mental health, and rehabilitation services for a loved one.
One of the biggest barriers to access to treatment is, do they accept my insurance? And in that, we include, will they accept a non-citizen, an immigrant? Do they work on sliding scale? Payment assistance programs, self-pay, or uninsured, or veterans programs. So when somebody's looking for assistance, they can select whatever they have or don't have. And there's about 300 different items that somebody could search for, including that they can drill down by their geolocation, because one of the most difficult things is some people have a problem with transportation and getting to a facility. And so our search model matches exactly what they're looking for and starts from the closest to their residence outward. There's no pay for play. Somebody can't buy position on our website.
If you want to explore the website, it's up and running right now. Simply go to www.usarehabcenters, that's centers with an S at the end, .org, and you will be able to find the relevant information you're looking for when it comes to making a decision about healthcare and rehabilitation for you or your loved ones. For KPVM, I'm Matthew Davis.
More news, including your health report, right after this.
You're watching News 25, brought to you by Mountain West Lawyer, Injury Attorneys, 727-9500. News 25, local news you can count on.
Well, results from a Cleveland Clinic study, which has been years in the making, show the benefits of deep brain stimulation for people who've had a stroke. Dr. Andre Machado helped lead the study and explains how the technology works.
We evaluated for the first time if we could use a modified type of deep brain stimulation, a modified type of brain pacemaker going into an area of the brain called the cerebellum. If we could help people recover from the weakness that resulted from a stroke.
Dr. Machado says 12 patients were involved with the trial and 7 of them had a great response, while the other 5 saw less of an improvement. For those who did do well, they were able to regain mobility in their hand and arm. He says they learned during the research that the more residual movement a stroke patient had prior, the better their outcome. There were a lot of amazing stories to come out of the trial. A man by the name of Joe, who was a mechanic, had not been able to use his hand for years and can now work on vehicles again. Dr. Machado says it's been inspiring.
And it's really meaningful for the researchers to see that their work is making a real impact in someone's life. And it motivates us when a patient tells us, this has been so relevant, this has been so meaningful to me that now I can do these things that I couldn't do before. It just makes us work harder.
Dr. Machado says their research is still far from over. They're getting ready for the next phase of the trial, which will include 40 patients and involvement from other organizations in the U.S.
Well, it's time to meet our KPVM Athlete of the Week. And here to make the introduction is the man with his finger on the pulse of the sports world, Doug Ferber.
Hello, sports fans. The PVHS girls golf team earned state 3A runner-up honors Tuesday in Mesquite. It was the 3rd runner-up finish for the Lady Trojans in the last 4 years. Congratulations, Lady Trojan golf team. Speaking of congratulations, last week the Trojan football team traveled to El Dorado High School in a quest of a 3A Mountain League title, and they succeeded, beating El Dorado 40-0. Senior running back Zach Quaylar rushed for 172 yards on 13 carries while scoring 4 touchdowns for the Trojans. For this, Zach Quaylar is our KPVM TV Athlete of the Week. Defensive coordinator Mike Colucci says Quaylar's accomplishments came through hard work.
Zach Quaylar, he's really come a long way. We watched him early his freshman year during summer training. We saw he had good feet. He was an aggressive kid. He's really developed in the weight room. But as this season has gone on, he's kind of taken the role of being a leader. He's definitely kind of taken pride in being the man on both sides of the ball.
Head coach Joe Clayton chimes in on Quaylar's accomplishments.
Zach's a great kid, works his tail off every day, great leader. So it was just awesome to see how successful he was Friday night against El Dorado. The rushing yards and just the intensity he had, it was really good to see. He deserves it.
Quaylar appears to be very humble but commands a strong presence on the football field. He gives a lot of credit to those around him and looks forward to the first round of the State 3A playoffs.
This game against El Dorado, big thanks to my linemen, big thanks to everyone around me. They were really good support to my rushing game. Just every week we keep pushing for a better goal. We just keep pushing. Hopefully we get this win against Virgin Valley. I don't have any real big plans, but hopefully I go to the Air Force and just enlist and get my degree in engineering, and then hopefully have a great life after that.
Teammate Henry Amaya tells us what Quaylar does for the team.
Running with Zach is really good. You know, he runs hard, and then whenever we get the ball, he blocks hard for us. And when he runs the ball, we always block hard for him because we got to have each other's backs. And I love seeing Quaylar run the ball because he's a great athlete and he make a big play anytime we need him too.
The Trojans finished their regular season this Friday in a non-league game at Valley High School, then have a playoff bye the following week. Congratulations to Zach Quaylar, our KPVM TV Athlete of the Week. They say close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades. Well, two local men proved that being close isn't such a bad thing. Lathan Dilger and James Hatch, both of Pahrump, earned silver medals in pitching horseshoes last week in the Huntsman Senior World Games held in St. George, Utah. Hatch competed in the modified competition and also took home the silver medal. This culminates his efforts since moving to Pahrump from Michigan 3 years ago. If horseshoe pitching interests you, Dilger said you can reach out to the Nevada State Horseshoe Pitching Association on their website for more information. That's nshpa.com. If you have any athletes, inspirational stories, or ideas, drop me an email at dougf@kpvm25.tv. Now back to the news desk.
News 25 WeatherCam is brought to you by Lerner and Rowe Injury Attorney's Office in Pahrump. In a wreck, need a check? Call 702-877-1500.
Taking a look outside, a little bit of clouds, not too bad. We're going to find out what's in store for our weekend weather with the pumpkin days here right after this break.
News 25 weather is brought to you by Dairy Council of Nevada. The splash of cream in your coffee, the dollop of sour cream on your burrito, the melted toasty cheese on your pizza. Undeniably delicious, undeniably dairy. Enjoy what's real.
Hi, good evening, Nevada. It's John Kohler from the KPVM Channel 25 Weather Studios, looking at you on a Thursday and feeling frisky about the weather because it's fall time, and look, it's just all mixed up and down here. 72 degrees in Fernley and Fallon, Carson City down to Goldfield, upper 60s. Beatty, you're breaking out of the pack at 75 degrees, looking good in Amargosa at 80, along with Vegas, also 80 degrees. Out in Death Valley, 88 degrees, and here in the Paradise Pahrump, the place we call home, 77 degrees is our current temperature. It got as much as 79 earlier, and I'm just going to declare this is the finest day of this week, as you'll see as we go on through the forecast. Sun rose this morning at 6:56 a.m. Treasure it while it's here. It's going to set this evening at 5:59 p.m. And we'll head down to about 53 degrees for a low tonight, and the winds gently buffeting us at 5 miles per hour as we head on into Friday. What do we got? Man, look at those winds kicking up, 15 miles per hour. Cloudy skies, temperatures around 80 degrees. It's going to drop that temperature a good bunch come Saturday, but the winds will die down. That'll be nice, 72 degrees and some moderate winds. Watch out Sunday, big winds coming. Temperatures increasing about 74 degrees, and as the clouds gather Monday, we're going to have a rain event, big time. 63 degrees will be our high. It'll be blowy, it'll be wet, it'll be nasty, and then it all clears out. And the rest of the week, we're going to be like sunshine, clear skies, looking good. But Monday, make plans. Back to the desk. Here's Deanna.
Thanks so much, John. Well, we were talking about PDOT Pumpkin Days, but you know there's another Halloween event happening this weekend, and that is there at Sundance Ranch. They're having a Halloween Fest. That's this Saturday, October 23rd. Gates open at 3. The admission is $5 per family and one non-perishable food item for them to donate to the Pahrump Food Banks. There's going to be pony rides, demonstrations, games, prizes, costume contests, and so much more. It's at 5285 South Plantation Street here in Pahrump. For more information, give them a call 990-9137, or you can visit them online at sundanceranchNV.com. And once again, that's right off Pahrump Valley Boulevard on the south end of town. It's going to be so much fun this weekend. And of course, we want to talk a little bit about the Halloween Spooktacular that we are having at Petrick Park, and that will be on Halloween, and that is going to be Sunday from 5 to 8 p.m. We want to thank all the people that are participating, including the Nye County Sheriff's Office, Bikers Against Child Abuse, Nevada Realty, Nevada Highway Patrol, Heritage Management, the 4-H Robotics Club, Smith's Food and Drugs, Marty Greenfield Jewelers, of course, KPVM TV and Ace Country Radio and Quality Signs, and so much more. Of course, the Seroptimus Club, Kiwanis Club, and Rotary Club of Pahrump. If you would like to get involved, give us a call, 775-299-9992. You can even text 775-299-9992. We'll see you back here tomorrow.